Alright.
Wow.
You ever seen a TVT on Heartbreak Ridge? I cannot imagine why a person would choose this.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It's weird.
He's gone Zerg.
Thank fuck. I mean...
Okay, so...
I mean, CVT of the day.
N.geNuity is the teal Protoss on the right-hand side.
Wait.
Metal X is...
You say
What?
Protoss?
Yeah, you said Protoss.
Sorry, it isn't Terran, sorry.
We're super
Whoa!
I was bowled over trying to look up the people's names, and one of them isn't named after his self. What am I to do here?
Alright. Well, yeah, TVZ. I'm kind of shocked. Have we actually seen a TVZ in the whole of the Torenhire Starleague yet?
No,
Oh,
we did
yeah,
see
Rec
one.
Roll. Rec Roll against Troz.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Where
that
Troz
went very well.
scouted the proxy barracks and then died to it. It was really...
Yeah, that went really well. It was swift.
Yeah.
That was... actually, that was really sad. That was... Like, Troz played perfectly up to the moment he didn't pull his drones on time. And then... Like, completely gave the game away. It's
Yeah,
horrific.
like when you scatter proxy racks and then you like ball up, man up, and then drop the ball. What the fuck is ball up? Hey, look, I can actually shift tab this. It's not ideal because when you shift tab and replays, you get green, but it's yellow. It's weird. Anyway, they're talking about their personal information that we probably shouldn't be showing on stream, but they should understand that they're being streamed, right? So everyone go to Georgia Tech and meet N.geNuity, wherever Georgia Tech is. And apparently his family moved with the military, so that's pretty cool. So I guess his dad is in the army or something? Or his mum. Actually, that's really sexist what I just said there. I was like,
Yeah, Jesus
"Oh,
Christ,
his
Kenzie.
dad's in the army."
I love that you've just said this is sexist. After, during the first group of this whole league, you were making insinuations about medics for the duration of an entire game, for no better reason than that.
I'm glad you picked that up. That you picked up on that, though. I do. It's always funny when you see like just like pure marine compositions because it's such a sausage party.
How do you know none of the Marines are women?
Because they speak like men.
That's a little bit discriminatory, isn't it?
Not really.
So Joel, have you
So
ever
you're-
seen a female Marine?
In real life.
Have you seen a marine in real life? You've met
You
met
see-
someone who was in the American Naval Shootingness Forces, whatever.
Naval Shootingness Force. Fantastic.
What?
I'm glad that your vocabulary, or dearth thereof, hasn't weakened your point in any way.
I mean, it's Marines. They're like they shoot stuff, but they're in the Navy, right? Like they don't actually go on boats properly. Like they don't like fly
Marines
boats.
aren't actually like.
They don't fly boats. My god.
What are you talking about?
Like they shoot things. They don't like with guns. They don't like run around in boats. Well, they might go on a boat to get somewhere, but they don't.
So in the
Stop
interim,
making
the
yourself
Zerg has
go to a
expanded
deeper hole.
and is sending a drone out to take his third.
What? I'm just saying. I don't think he's taking. Oh, maybe he's proxy hatching.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Maybe
what
he's
this
mining
drone
out
is
the
to do.
back.
It's just
Maybe he's gonna
scout.
mine out the back, and then when
He'll mine its back and just run in with the Zerg, and this makes an awful lot
like
of sense.
once the expansion comes up, because I don't. You wouldn't take a third this quickly in this matchup, especially after going pull first. And yeah, he's dropping a hatchery in his main, so wait, maybe it's just a miss rally. Yeah, that drone's like shit. What the fuck am I doing here? Get out! Look at him. He just came all the way to the front and just runs the fuck home. Maybe he was gonna proxy hatch, and then the Terran moved out, and he's like, oh, maybe not. It is Metal X though. Last in his game, in his other Terran, in the
lair
other
on the
Zerg
way
game,
up
he
already?
played pretty cheesy. With the hidden expo and mass lings and all that. So
I have to say, Metal X isn't in bad shape. Like,
his drone count is kind of shitty.
no, but he's got the lair already. Like, I assume he's just gonna go crazy once the lair pops. Just drone until Spire, and then Mutalisk straight away.
My issue is this: is when you go like a pull first build in ZVT and you don't get anything done, which is essentially what's happened here. Although he has definitely made the expansion later than it would have been otherwise, but still, I mean, he didn't kill much or anything really.
Well, not only that, but he forced Good God, he forced N.geNuity to wall off
Whoa.
with 2 SCVs.
He just made a ton of lings. I think he's gonna
Oh,
go
but-
for like a secondary all-in here. Well, not all-in, but bust of some sort.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because his drone count is shit. Like, it's honestly shit. He might start a Spire, but yeah, he's starting a Spire, so it's gonna be... I think he's gonna hide some lings and go for like a big Mutiling bust
Big
once his
Mutiling
mutas come
timing.
out, yeah.
Cute.
It's a good strategy. You see it fairly regularly in Pro League games. But I mean, Mole Trap would know, right? Get it? Get
That's
it?
because the matchup is stagnant.
You got to see that there was only one drone at the natural, so I mean, he might be able to suspect that some big
So
thing.
Oh, I was just
there's
making a
some kind
joke
of
about
not drone
Mole Trap.
way
It was
tactic on the
like...
way.
Anyway.
No, just that, like, I mean, he's not building drones.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
well, I
this
guess
is
the
attacking
massive...
the-
Oh shit!
dragons will probably
Why is he
be
doing
able to
this?
do. Oh, but he has a fire bat!
Why...
So I guess GG.
Why did he do that? Why did he do that? I don't
I
understand.
have
Why
a
would he
feeling
waste the
just stopped them
Zerglings?
too close to the edge, and a couple of them attacked, and he just dragged the rest in at once.
That
Because he only
was...
attacked the control group.
Yeah, I really hope that wasn't on purpose, because that was retarded.
It was just a
What
twitch
else would it
shambol.
have been?
I understand what the point of it was.
And the Lings are kind of hiding here, but they've been discovered by the Medic Marine
But
Fire
2 medics on
Force.
their own.
Oh,
3
those
medics on their own. Oh,
Didn't
apparently
kill
he's just
me
gonna
for
make
them.
friends with them for a while.
The medics were like, maybe that party's pretty cool. Nope. Maybe they enjoyed it. We don't know. Anyway, awkward silence. What? There's weird. Anyway,
You're strange.
what? I mean, there's weird things around. I'm not gonna, you know, weirder things are being picked up by a Zergling.
It'd be really cool if he had Burrow, but I guess not.
Even with Burrow, having 2 Firebats as well in this mix
Oh, that's true.
probably makes it meh. And there's 2 Sunkens at the front. Looks like he's just gonna go for it.
Oh,
Question is, others are enough. There's lots of Lings coming into this round. The Firebats are gone, and oh my god.
yeah. Wow, that was actually pretty good.
Beautiful defense there. Despite fucking up early on, has kind of pulled it back there. That literally did no damage, and still his drone count is terrible, so... I mean, I don't really know how much he's going to be able to do with his Mutalisk, simply because he only has about like 4 or 5 on the way, and he doesn't have that much money to make any more. And, oh, he got supply blocked, so that's an issue. And when I say it's an issue, I mean if you don't have supply, you can't make things, so that's bad.
Well, he has 3 Mutalisks, that's something. Like, it's kind of nice.
And there's a 5-man in the
They're gonna
bunker.
harass now. There's a turret for every one of them.
Nope. Alright. He needs a way more Mutalisk if he wants to really attack into that. He needs to find
Wait,
a
how
better
many is
spot
that?
to
Is it
harass
just
with.
like 4?
It's 5, I think. Yeah, maybe
5?
maybe 6 or 7 now, but it's not very many at all. Yeah, that supply block really hurt him, because he could only make like 4 or 5 Mutalisks before he got supply blocked and wasn't able to make any more. Getting a couple of extra racks up here, has his starport almost done, so he'll probably be moving up to dropship. Sorry, not dropships, science vessels. Potentially also getting drops, but I kind of doubt it. The fact that he hasn't started the add-on yet. And
Well, at least he forced his team on all the Marines. I mean,
he did.
medics, but always he flies to Mutalisks directly into them.
He has a nice looking ball of mutas now, despite
Yeah, they
that,
definitely
that
keep
fuck
getting
up.
well.
In the front of the base, it's fairly exposed. There is a 5-bat in the bunker, but if he just came in with everything, I feel like he could actually kill that bunker off and maybe bust open the natural, because everything is so pulled back trying to defend against these Mutalisks right now. I think that's why mutas are great on this map. Because the walls
So you
are so
say
thin.
if he just attacked with everything, but he only has 10 Zerglings apart from these Mutalisks.
Well, I mean, 10 links is you see it a buffer. I mean, the Mutalisks are going to be the real damage dealers against the bunker. And
What's nice is he's picking off the Marines bit by bit.
yeah, and with these racks, I feel like they're a little bit late compared to what you would normally get in this matchup. Like, you really
And
should
they're picking up
have
the
the,
medics as
like
well.
your extra racks built, or your... Oh shit, did he kill that?
He killed one.
Did he cancel it or did he kill it? I
The
actually don't...
barracks, was it not built yet?
No.
If it weren't finished, then it
No, it
looked like
wasn't
was cancelled.
finished. Like, I mean, logic says it was cancelled, but I don't kind of looked like it died on the volley. Like, I don't know, someone's saying it was cancelled. I'll believe you. I wasn't actually clicking
Yeah, I
on
thought
it.
for a minute it was cancelled as well.
And yeah, the vessel is coming out now, but he's taking actually significant damage here. And a third
Well,
is
he's-
coming up for Metal X, so he's not all in on this at all.
It's not just the damage to the units that are a problem, it's the fact that his buildings, after a few more hits, will start to burn down.
Well, the first vessel's out now, so maybe that'll be able to help against
Yeah,
the
he has
mutants.
that much at least.
Yeah, and I mean, lurkers have just started, so it's going to be
Irradiate is
a
about-
tough time. Once irradiate,
Come on, irradiate! Irradiate!
It's about 3.
He doesn't have
it's just
energy
3
yet.
quarters that I researched.
it
How
takes
much energy is it?
75 energy for irradiate.
Oh, okay.
I'm
And
pretty
it's
sure.
not finished researching yet, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
The issue is that, I mean, lurkers are only just like halfway done, and Hive isn't even close to being started. His drone count has improved significantly, but his tech is kind of lagging behind the Terran. It's going to put him in a kind of tough position when it comes to, you know, defending whatever push comes out. And Siege is on the way too, so there should be a couple of tanks for this push. Oh!
He irradiates but loses the vessel,
But-
and he doesn't split
but-
the muta
But
at all.
But,
he's not...
but, I mean, that's...
Yeah, he split it finally.
that
but that's
vessel
that's enough
killed
damage.
like maybe like 6 meters or something, so that's honestly worth it. Just needs to be, yeah, he's making out the vessel's almost out. I think that irradiate and the fact that he killed so many mutalisks there, essentially he's just stopped the mutalist harass 100% in its tracks. And now he'll be able to move out, get some map control, maybe even take an expansion if he wants to, while Metal X does his best to kind of, you know, recover here.
Well, transition into lurkers, it seems.
Yeah, he's got a Queen's Nest coming up, so he'll be starting Hive soon, but there's literally no way he's going to have Consume done for this push. It looks like he's going to move out soon. Probably, I would suggest waiting for a couple more tanks, though, before he goes. But he is killing the bunker. Looks like he might just go with one tank. I don't know how much I like this, because Metal X is going to have to make a lot of lurkers to defend this, and if you only have the one tank, you can kind of just bust him with a lot of lurkers, and, you know, if you don't get really good marine spread or whatever, suddenly you lose everything. And
There will be a second science vessel by the time he gets there, but I suppose the question is going to be whether or not he can land worthwhile irradiates. Like,
yeah.
because the mutacloud have kind of healed up a little bit since last time. Like they're not
6
all yellow.
meters aren't really a threat to this at all. There's enough medics there that 6
No,
meters aren't
they-
actually going to kill anything.
But they can snipe the tank if it gets out of place. They can snipe the vessel if it ends up exposed.
guess.
Like 6 meter aren't a pleasant thing to have to think about.
And yeah, Metal X looks like he's just trying to buy time here, and N.geNuity not having any of it, sieging up. But here comes the big surround.
And the Scourge and the science vessel goes down immediately.
Oh, the
And
scan
that
goes
is-
down, but yeah, there's just enough lurkers there.
That's unpleasant.
Really should have waited for that tank.
Wow.
Big mistake there. Just one tank doesn't really do anything but range sunkens. Like it's just like a, oh, I hit the beehive with my tank and now it just destroys me, right?
Well, the real problem is that now all of the lurkers are marching across the map, and he doesn't have the Scourge. Oh, the Scourge are now picking up to support them, so he can arrive and fairly comfortably snipe that vessel and just burrow all of the lurkers.
Yeah. Needs some more
And here
buffer
at
units for
Scourge,
this.
as the vessel comes in, the 2 Scourge units down.
Yeah, nice scourging of vessels here. He really needs more links with this army though. He can't just walk a train of lurkers into 3 or more tanks, because they'll just literally just destroy it before it even gets close. Because tanks are pretty good, if you didn't know.
Yeah, as it happens.
Just, you know, just pro tip there. He's actually got 4 on gas at his 3rd base right now, so it's interesting.
Honestly, at this stage, I don't think that's a major concern for him. Although he's not
he really
mining
doesn't
with
have
eight
that many
drones to his
drones. Like,
third
look
base.
at his main. He's got a stuck drone in his main. Oh, it just got unstuck. Alright, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drones in his main, mining minerals, plus
12
about
at his
9
nitro.
more. So yeah, he's got maybe like 25 drones total.
And he is using some of them to build Sunkens now.
But lots of the medics just died to these lurkers that are kind of stacked up on this clip. But stacked up lurkers will die quite quickly to
The
tanks.
tank fire.
And yeah, just slowly moving back here.
He has Scourge out ready for the vessel again though, and the vessel is exposed. Like if he just decides to swing in with those Scourge now, this is a fine position for him to be in.
Alright,
The Ling's moving.
the Defilement just started now. This is not a great position. I mean, despite the fact that he killed that first push so easily, his tech is still lagging behind, and he's not going to have a Defiler with Consume for a long time. But, you know, and N.geNuity's, again, instead of like last time, he's being a lot more careful this time, moving forward slowly, building up his tank count, and like tanks are really good. And I think
And yeah, all he can do is keep falling back, and an irradiated lurker with all of the other lurkers clustered around it is not pleasant.
Yeah, he has enough energy right now. I think
Well,
it's worth it.
It's
worth it to keep irradiating these. I mean, you could save for the Defilers when they come out, but I feel like he's probably going to get there before Consume is done, so he can just keep using Irradiate on the Lurkers, thin out the Lurker field, and it's going to be down to whether Metalex can make this giant flank work again. And with 4 tanks, it's going to be harder, but the medic marine count in this army is kind of weaker. I don't know if that's enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. I think the other problem is that as much as the Scourge play hasn't been as good as it was closer to the start of the game, there's still the kind of threat that he'll just swoop in and kill those vessels. I think that's got to be the hope, considering how many tanks there are there. And at the same time, I suppose N.geNuity is sitting on not nearly as many scans as he had before. He's got no scans, and he's a long while away from having one at either his main or his natural. So those vessels are the only detection he's going to have for the foreseeable future.
He's floating this Commencer up to the top right base, and he'll probably drop a comms out on that, so he'll have some more scans there.
Oh, the tanks move in. The Darkstorm goes up immediately.
So yeah, he has Consume finished, and N.geNuity's going to have to back off here, because he really just doesn't have enough army to deal with this now. He's only on 4 racks. It looks like he's actually doing a transition now into mech play. I think... Or maybe he'll just continue to make Marines and just spend all of his gas on mass tanks. Which isn't a bad play as well. This is more what was happening in like...
gas.
This is like 2009 TVZ, where players would sort of make lots and lots of tanks. Normally at like they take like a 4th or 5th base and just make tanks in there. Like that game that Flash played against Calm on Fighting Spirit, where he just had...
The problem is that his positioning could just be great to hit the 3rd. And
yeah, wow,
if he gets his army stuck in there with so many tanks,
he's completely... Oh god, the Defilers oh, there's one left alive. And it gets irradiated, so...
End up in there. He gets the vessel, so there's only 1 vessel left. 2 vessels left.
Does Darkstorm not cover for air
Blocks
units?
splash damage. No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
What? No, it does.
No, the mutas all died, even though they were...
Oh,
Yeah.
you cover for... No, I thought you were talking about whether they can hit under it, like... Yeah, no, it doesn't at all. No, it's only ground units, yeah.
Okay.
So he irradiates more lurkers. And the vessel counts back up to 3, is it? Yeah.
And transferring SCVs through a lurker field, not the best thing to do. And the Lings have successfully denied this base. Marines running into the lurkers here, kind of in desperation. He's like, shit, I need to get rid of them, but they're actually being quite cost effective, like a 9-kill lurker there.
Backlings come in and just snipe a tank in the natural? Like, all of a sudden, this lurker Ling force is looking a lot tougher than it had. I mean, he's lost the one kind of up towards the north, but he's going to be able to replenish relatively easily, and he's got so many Lings and so many Defilers that, considering how much damage those Zerglings did almost alone,
yeah,
this has changed an awful lot.
Considering he's still making Marines, I think he really needs like maybe 4 or 5 more barracks, because 4 racks worth of Marines just isn't a threat. He doesn't have enough Marines to just melt everything that gets close to his army, and that's what's hurting him right now. He doesn't need more tanks. It's like he's focusing so hard on tanks, he's forgetting that he needs other units to make the tanks work. You know, like vultures or just Marine medic, but he only has this really small complement of it, and it's just not really doing him any favors. Looks like he's sort of moving into more of a macro focus here, setting up his tanks in a very totally sort of fashion. Going to try and abuse the map, maybe take a 4th, but Metal X sitting pretty comfortably on 4 bases now, with 4 gas, is going to put him in a really good situation where he can pretty much make whatever he wants. And looks like that's going to be Ultralisk. Ultralisk Cavern
I'm kind of
researching
curious.
speed.
Metalex hasn't gotten Defiler energy, and he's just got Defiler sitting at max. Like, it seems like it would be kind of a no-brainer to have the extra energy kind of buffered in.
Well, I mean, the thing about the extra energy, essentially what you do is you can cast a Plague and a Swarm, right? Instead of... Because Plague is 150 and Swarm is 100, but... If you're just like a terrible, like if you don't have much confidence in your Zerg play, and the fact that he's playing random means that's possible, he could just be like, oh, I'm never going to get Plagues off anyway.
Okay, so
I'm just going to cast 2
Metalex
Swarms.
to get the top left base, and he's just swept in right behind him, and the positioning is perfect. He just burrows Lurkers, takes out the bio, and all of a sudden, he's lost an army. N.geNuity is down. How many tanks? 3 tanks, and all his Medic Marine.
Man, Brood was pretty gory, isn't it? Look at that, like this giant blood pile.
Is this the first time you've noticed this in the last, like, 12 years?
Well, I play Protoss, so...
Oh, of course.
I don't
so
often kill things that leave blood apart from Zerg units, but yeah. It's different when you see, like, the blood of, like a person than it is from, like, a little dog thing.
A Zergling is not a dog.
It's kind of like a dog.
I'm not sure what kind of dogs you own.
Well... I mean, it's not like a good dog, but it's has like
the medic dying animation. She like just like
she splits
open. Yeah,
she
like
full on falls apart.
It's really kind of creepy, actually.
Yeah, can you imagine if you could like zoom in on Brood War and you like watched that?
Oh god.
You just be like, holy shit! Be like banded.
Oh, the Ultralisks are out.
Oh yeah.
So he's got 4 Ultralisks, 5 Ultralisks.
He doesn't have the Ultralisk armor upgrade yet. He got speed instead of the armor upgrade. So basically. He's dumb.
It makes no. It makes sense given that if he really does it well, he can just get in under Swarm and not need to worry about the armor.
Well, yeah, I guess. And I mean the fact that
he's being irradiated as well.
Well, I mean it's mostly a tank-based army, meaning that the armor isn't quite as important because you know when you block
there's
like an extra 2 damage of 70 damage, it's like yay, I'm smart. And
his Scourge attacked the floating barracks.
His Ultralisk has been irradiated here. His Ultralisk got scourged, and it just sat there next to other Ultralisks, and they're all being damaged, which is a bit of a mistake, but yeah. I mean,
and the scan hits the army perfectly, and he's about to charge up that ramp into mines, I suppose.
Imagine if scan did damage. That'd be so sick. It's like bang, and this army just like explodes. Look at that.
You spend at least 30% of your time saying Terran is terribly overpowered. This is awful. And then the rest of your time you're suggesting...
Oh my god, the irradiates!
Wow.
The irradiator.
The Zerglings are just popping apart.
The irradiator killing.
Oh my god.
Oh, Plague.
I plagued his own vessel.
He plagued 1 vessel and 1 Ultralisk. I don't know if that's worth it. Oh god, Metal X falling apart. Like he was doing so well, and then suddenly his army just got torn apart by those vessels. Oh my god.
He's only making it worse. He's basically irradiating all of his own ground units. Like that Defiler is dead because of the irradiate. 3 Ultralisks. Like
that was nuts. That was like the most effective irradiate.
I'm so confused.
And yeah, so I'm actually really surprised that just happened. But Metal X is just like licking his wounds here, running back.
He did again, and this time
it could work.
There's nothing there to defend. Everything's been plagued or irradiated.
That is so many tanks as well. Kiet, you just like walked out of the room or something?
What?
You went super soft.
No, I'm here.
Okay, and yeah, he's definitely going to kill this base now. There's so many tanks. The tank's moving back to defend because looks like Metal X wants to do some sort of counter-attack into the natural. I don't know how effective this is going to be though. There's lots of mines, lots of tanks. The Ultralisk coming in, but the mines actually didn't really go off.
Oh, my drag? No.
Swarm goes down. There's a few Ultralisks surviving. The rest going into the 3rd base. But I mean, he might be able to kill some workers here, but I don't know how much damage he's actually gonna do, considering he just lost a full lining base.
Yeah, this is grim.
Well, is it? I mean, he's killed the majority of the tanks, but then the vessels are coming back, and they're gonna have a word to these Ultralisks, I think.
And the word is irradiate?
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe vessels are actually wizards, and they just get a really cool ship to fly in.
Don't let him just kill your vessels.
Oh god, he's like irradiating individual
he's just
hydralisks.
lost like 3 vessels.
Oh god.
2 hydras.
Oh dear. I don't know who.
Every time I think
even
someone
adds
is
people anymore.
every time I think someone is doing well, they fuck up. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing well.
Is this the last series?
No, it's second last.
What? This is insane.
I told you it was a long one, didn't I?
I'm gonna need a nap.
It's only 8:30. Like, if we'd started at the normal time, we'd only be going for
You
an
just
hour and
said
a half.
Yeah, you don't get to say it's only 8:30. You've been up since 5 a.m.
Yes.
Like 20 past 11. It's snooze time. Like, I'm done.
20 past 11. It's like wake up time. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. And mines.
Wow, those mines.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Look at that. Vultures just took out like 1k worth of units with a couple of free mines. That's a balanced idea, isn't it? Yeah, it's so balanced.
I'd like to thank Brian for suggesting that Grandpa Jolt should drink some prune juice.
Have you had prune juice before?
No, I can imagine it probably tastes like an industrial desiccant of some kind.
I don't know, I assume it tastes nice. Like, why else would people drink it?
Well, if you assume so, it must be so.
What I want to know is if there's someone out there listening to this who is hearing us randomly say, like, Kiet and Sajol, like, repeating me saying assume, and they're just really confused as to, like, what the fuck is going on.
As to why everyone pronounces everything stupid, I understand.
Alright, and randomly a barracks getting taken down by Hydras here in the middle of the map. Looks like despite all of the aggression that's happened, the game is kind of stabilized a little bit, but now N.geNuity is getting up on 5 bases, and...
Where exactly is the barracks that was being taken out by hydralisks?
it was down in the bottom spoke.
Actually, I'm gonna level with you guys.
Yeah?
Can someone name anywhere on the map that a unit is currently moving or attacking anything?
The bottom, like the 6 o'clock, just above the 6 o'clock base, there's Ultralisks moving out and they just got speed.
Not on my replay, there aren't.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
not
Sajol! So Sajol's in a bugged replay again.
It's beautiful.
Wait.
There's
The most interesting thing
2
happening on my
overlords
board
heading
is
to the
a
12
single
o'clock.
Ultralisk is attacking a tank at the 12 o'clock,
No,
while drones transfer.
at the 12 o'clock.
There are 6 idle SCVs outside the command center, and another 4 above it.
Wait, but there's drones. You say drones or SCVs transferring?
Sorry, SCVs transfer.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, there's drones transferring to the 12 o'clock? That's like way off the reservation. But yeah, no, you're definitely in a bugged replay, Sajol.
N.geNuity has 2k unspent. Metal X has 7k, 5k unspent.
I don't understand how your shitty old Mac is just so bad at interpreting replays that...
It's not bad, it's cool.
And just getting a scout on this defensive position. Basically, there's... Well, I mean... Yeah, there's lots of defense and shit. So basically, heading into a late game situation here where N.geNuity has infinite tanks, and... I mean, it's one of those situations as a Zerg where you know that you have to kill the Terran, but you can't kill the Terran, and it's a catch-22. It looks like he's going to do a mass drop here. Bringing all his overlords out with a lot of Lings and Hydras getting ready to kind of hop in, I assume. Fuck. Every time I say it now, every time I say assume, I just... And at the same time, N.geNuity's kind of moving down with most of his tanks here, and there's a big flank coming in from Metal X. But is it going to be enough? Couple of D-webs up. And manages to take out the majority of the Zerg army. He's definitely going to have to reinforce this. He's still got, let's say, about 3/4 of his army sitting up, defending the top bases, and the Mutalisk switch from Metal X seems to have driven off this push.
Yeah, it was pretty good time. He doesn't have any Goliaths lights out.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Looks like he just made just a few meters there just to get rid of this push, and I don't think he's going to continue with it. And he wants to basically bait N.geNuity into making a bunch of Goliaths. That
D-Matrix the Goliath.
D-Matrix the Marine, IMO. And these Mutalisks being surprisingly effective, just literally no anti-air.
So on mine, I don't know about you guys, N.geNuity is winning by a country mile. He's on 194 supply to Metal X's 50.
Alright, well Metal X has 100 now in our replay.
Wow. On mine, he's researching +3/+3. What?
Who is researching through 3-3?
N.geNuity is.
No, he doesn't have upgrades going in our replay at all.
Wowzers.
Might not want to suicide. Wow, you just suicided like 9 Scourge.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. So, I mean, N.geNuity's push got shut down there, but he's survived, and he's back up on max supply, building up a nice little bank for himself. Metal X kind of... I don't think he knows what to do here. He's making some Guardians, but with vessels out on the field, they shouldn't be that much of a threat. And the fact that he just baited N.geNuity into making some Goliaths means, and this Valkyrie, means that I don't think 3 Guardians are really going to do anything, or 2 Guardians. Oh, 4. You know, they can do something. 5 Guardians. Fuck me. And the push coming down, still a shit ton of Vultures there. Doesn't really need them all that much right now, I don't think. You know, not really using Ultralisks anymore. And sieging up the tanks. But they're dying.
Is Metal X loading up for a draw?
No.
Towards the main?
No, he's not.
Oh.
No.
I felt like he was
Okay.
going to do that
Well-
like 5 minutes ago, but he didn't do it. So, is there actually a drop happening in
Interesting
your
ways this game
replay?
might be going in my replay. No, the overlords are moving around as though they're getting ready for a drop.
Oh,
And sometimes
okay.
that happens when you guys are talking about people dropping things, so
Okay.
there's just
Yeah.
no other units to accompany them.
So Metal X kind of he manages to sort of spin down this push with the with his Guardians, but at the same time he's still so far behind on supply, and N.geNuity
those
taking the middle.
Guardians are so dead.
Oh yeah, and N.geNuity's taking the middle expansion now. I don't know how successful that's going to be though. And there is a nicely placed mine to drag onto the SCVs once they start mining there, so I think he might be better off just abandoning that base. I don't think he really needs it either, because when you're on equal bases with a Zerg, that's fine. You don't need to take any more bases, you just need to, you know, kill them and stuff. And looks like the bottom right base might die. It's only a few tanks though.
He has Nidus there. I mean, he could easily go and defend it if he wanted to.
Yeah, and he's actually floating a command center down there as well.
No, he's just gonna load up all the drones. He's
Just
transferring
abandoning the base and instead attacking into the 12 o'clock position, but it's such a tough choke to attack into. I don't know if that's the best idea in the world.
I'm just so surprised that Metal X hasn't used his bank to remax.
He doesn't have a bank.
On mine he's got 14k, 5k.
Oh.
He's looked after. He could
Come on,
retire.
Sir Joel. Hey, bro, move your command center out of range of the spore.
Or just let it die.
Or just let it die. You could do that too. That works.
Stop nitpicking his play here. Jesus.
Sorry, it's just
If the man wants to lose a command center's static defense, that's his choice. It
like that time was.
It's gonna go into red. It's
It
in
was
red.
that one PL game where like the one bad Terran guy lost like 2 command centers just to zealots, and I was like, why the fuck didn't you just lift them up? Why did you just lift them up?
Yep, and it's actually going to die now. So after being taken into red by the static defense, and that push gets cleaned up. Despite it look like he might just abandon, ends up losing the push, and for all N.geNuity's map control and money and stuff,
And
he's not
N.geNuity.
really getting anything done. Well, I wouldn't say there's much N.geNuity here, but some? I don't know. Is there much N.geNuity yet? I wouldn't.
Wait, what?
I don't think it's particularly ingenious
I can't
play.
see it.
Or N-genius play. Huh. N-genius. Anyway. Just the push coming down to the 6 o'clock now. And every time he does these pushes, you just have to wonder how much more effective it would be if he just brought everything and just said, look, if you want to counterattack, let's base trade, because I'm Terran and, you know, you can't really base trade against Terran.
It's the push is happening on my screen too.
Yep. And
I feel like we're finally coming back into alignment.
And the tanks are surviving fairly well here. The majority of Metal X's army is dead, but there's no anti-air left, and the Guardians are going to come in and clean it up.
He just lost like 4 Valkyries to Hydras, and now the Guardians are just...
Oh god. So yeah, that's 7 Guardians cleaning
What
everything.
were the Valkyries for anyway? Because I mean, at that point,
he made them for the
Metal
mutas.
X only had 5 mutas. The heck do you need like 6 Valkyries for?
Maybe he... Well, I guess maybe he's just getting it for the
in
Guardians.
case the Scourge hit his science
You don't
vessels.
get Valkyries against Guardians
But if
either.
you get enough Valkyries, then they'll do really well. I mean, it's maybe he just wants some air, like a set of air units that can deal with Guardians, and that is vessels and Valkyries. Like he wants to get the vessels to irradiate a few, and the Valkyries to kind of finish them off. But
well, it doesn't work if you let your Valkyries die to Hydras.
yeah, I feel like that you're right. I mean, if you just had some
Hydras in your
vessels,
game?
yeah.
Wow. He's gonna lose on that one.
Are you jealous?
He was living the dream. He's on 38 supply,
D-Matrix that
and they're
Valkyrie,
all
yeah.
drones.
D-Matrix Valkyrie killing the irradiated Guardians. That's such a great sentence. Can I just... It just feels good to say that. I don't know why, it just does. A single Guardian actually starting to pick away at this top left expansion. And right now, N.geNuity basically has no mining left. But because the drone saturation at these bottom bases and the fact they haven't been up quite as long for Metal X means that he's still going to be mining for a while, and there's no bank
Just that,
for
but he was
N.geNuity.
never mining efficiently in the first place anyway, so it's not like he was ever going to mine out stuff. Like, he's not a big fan of drones.
Yeah, and so if he can survive this push right now, if this dies, N.geNuity is fucked. But I mean, how do you kill this many siege tanks in one spot? I don't know. But if Metal X can find a way, I think he can win this game. But it's going to be a stretch at most. And the bottom right base getting taken out, and another command center floating down. This one not dying to a spore colony, and Sir Jolt is dropping.
Oh, Sir Jolt.
Maybe it's for the best. I don't think I was watching the same game as you guys for a while. Apparently I'm still here.
Alrighty, he's burrowed the drones, but there's vessels, so it's not actually going to do anything at all. I love how they unburrow when they get shot. They're like, what? What are you doing? They look so funny when they unburrow, because they like expand, almost, a little bit. Anyway, that bottom right base is dead, and I think along with it, Metal X's chances in this game, sitting at 71 supply against 170 supply. And, oh, he's actually brought some Lings and Hydras up to this top left base, but the Crackling's killing a shitload of SCVs. It doesn't really matter, because he doesn't need the SCVs anymore. There's only like 5 mineral badges to mine. And he's just going to wait for this creep to recede at the top right, bottom right, and he'll start mining there. And I think, despite this little counterattack, N.geNuity is totally fine to continue his big lead in this game. Though he is dropping in supply here. A lot of his supply was in Vultures, it seems. And Vultures aren't really effective supply against Hydras. They're good against Lings, though, so...
What he should do is he should just come to the replay I'm watching where he has 200 tanks and Goliaths and use those instead.
And, oh, the
Like,
mine...
the irony is, in a bugged replay, he's playing significantly better.
N.geNuity's doing a good job here.
The really embarrassing thing is my girlfriend has just asked me why my replays are always bugged. Like, she has heard me complain so many times about bugged replays now. Just during the cast, because she's opposite me right now. We can always get her in on this if you want.
Yeah.
Because she'll be watching something that makes about as much sense as I am.
Sure. It's
But yeah,
N.geNuity's gonna try and take the center base again.
yeah, he doesn't really need it though. I mean, he's got that
Yeah, he
bottom right
doesn't
base
need
as
it.
well.
Like, he's got twice the Zerg supply.
He just needs to attack move all his shit to that 6 o'clock base, and then I think Metal X will have to
oh my god.
concede the game.
SCVs are like stuck in a place that's not the base.
He like tried to click on the minerals and ended up clicking like way over to the left.
Hey,
N.geNuity
bro.
is attacking with everything he has that's not a military unit at the moment, man.
Oh.
Like he's trying to land. He's trying to land a CC on top of a hatchery that's just been set up in the middle. But he's attacking with two
There's
tanks
no
that were there
hatchery,
already.
You're so...
I'm looking at it. Look, some of us don't live in a privileged world where replays make sense and you watch the game that people played when they were signing up for the tournament. Some of us have to make
Next
do
time,
what.
can we just have your game as the stream and just like...
Yeah, you have to get a stream, and we'll just like switch it when the replay bugs.
Yeah,
That'd be
yours is the
amazing.
official one, okay?
Yeah.
The creep is receding. Did you not see my blog where I blogged the original?
Oh yeah, I
bug
saw
replay?
that. That was great.
You didn't paste pictures of the
There was pictures.
larva.
Oh
one.
yeah.
No, for some reason those ones were all black. There were like 3 or 4 screenshots that were just black screen and nothing else.
So some lings
Wow,
came
that
down.
cute little drone trying to block the...
Yeah, blocked the CC, and there's like a giant army of all tanks. It's like no. And
It's not like you
N.geNuity.
could just crush the drone, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can't. We can't land there, Commander. No. All right.
Gotta wait for it to get out of the
So-
way.
You know the way Zerg buildings have to be on creep because
Yeah.
creep feeds the Zerg?
Oh,
Wow.
GG.
That's kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, but good game there actually. Probably
Yeah.
one of the best games we've seen all day, and actually that ties it up.